Hey Internet, I'm the Cow Says Moo, and you're watching The Realms of Dr. Moo Episode 9, a 1.4.7 Let's Play with a whole bunch of mods installed. I'm just starting here today in my factory. I've been kind of looking around trying to decide how I want to get it set up. But before I get started in here, I'm kind of running into some inventory issues. I've got a bunch of tools that I'm trying to carry around with me. And just don't have the inventory space for them. So I think I'm going to start off this episode by making a canvas bag, which is a new item from Red Power 2. It's made up of just 8 pieces of canvas, as you can see here. And each canvas is 8 string wrapped around a stick. So we'll get our aluminium stone down here and put 8 sticks in the middle. And get our stack of string and split it up. There we go. And 8 pieces of canvas, and I think you can put a die in the middle, and I've got myself a little green bag. And it's the size of a chest, so it's not a huge bag. It's not like an alchemy bag or something from the old EE2, but it still beats poking the eye with a sharp stick. I mean, you can put all kinds of stuff in here, and I'm going to do so. Let's see, I don't need probably any of that there. For the time being, I don't really need that out, or that. That's much better. So I've got, what, 6 items in one slot instead of 6 slots, so that's cool. And I think what we're going to do today is get started on my factory here. Where I off camera made a little, or maybe I did that on camera, I don't remember, a red alloy furnace. But I think first off we've got to start working on some thermal expansion stuff. So I think to begin with we will create myself a quick little engine that I can work with. I think I'm just going to go with like a Stirling engine. So we'll pop down here and grab some coal too while I'm at it. Excuse me. Alright, so a Stirling engine is just, well, I know what it is, so we'll just get started on it. You need a couple gears from Buildcraft, wooden gears, and then you surround them with some cobblestone. There we go. And then you take those, and I need a piston, so I'm going to need a little more wood on me. That'll do. Alrighty. That's not right. What are you thinking, Doctor? Piston. Alrighty. And a couple stone gears, some cobblestone on top, and a piece of glass. There we go. Stirling engine. Real basic Buildcraft engine. And I think I will put it maybe here. Good enough for right now. And then what I'm wanting to do downstairs is set up a automated area where I've got pulverizers and powered furnaces all hooked up to magmatic engines and having a magma crucible and everything. But to get all that started, I'm going to need a few thermal expansion basics. So we will start with a quick pulverizer. And that will be a couple flint, another piston, a machine frame, which is iron, gold, and glass, and a redstone reception coal, which is gold and 2 redstone. So I needed the flint. Let's go grab a couple flint. I grabbed most of what I needed, but I didn't look at all the gory details, so pardon me. There we go, a couple flint. Door's a little too close to the ladder. I might have to do something about that. Alright, so we'll need a piston. And we'll probably need more than one of these, but that's okay. We'll get this one done first. There we go. And we need the magmatic reception thing, which was that. And we need the, it was gold in the corner, iron in the corners. Machine block. There we go. And then copper down here. Yep, there we are. Pulverizer. Awesome. So the pulverizer breaks down ores and turns them into dust, which you can then smelt, and it doubles the process. But it's got a couple other functions. We'll use it to make electrum blends and to make some pulverized obsidian as well. Another thing we'll need is an induction smelter, and we're going to need this to make our hardened glass that we'll need. So the induction smelter is another machine frame, another reception coil. So we'll get those. There we go, another machine frame, another induction coil. It looks like it's a bucket and a couple sand and some more copper. I've got a couple buckets down here, so that shouldn't be a problem. Somewhere. There we go. Bucket. And a couple sand. Induction smelter. Cool. This is something you use mostly for special items like hardened glass, but you can also use it to double ore straight up, but you need sand melted in with the ores to do it. So I don't think I'm going to use the induction smelter. I think I'm going to use a pulverizer and a regular powered furnace instead. But as I said, you do need this still for some things like hardened glass. Next thing I'm going to need is a magma crucible. It is another reception coil and another machine frame, another bucket, 2 nether bricks, and a copper. Alrighty. I've got nether bricks somewhere. It's all nether rack. There, nope, it's all sand. There we go. And another bucket. Cool. I might run out of iron here yet. We'll see. Cool. So that's there. And buckets. And nether bricks. And copper is my magma crucible. This will melt cobblestone, smooth stone, netherrack down into magma, or it'll also melt redstone into liquid redstone, which is what we're going to need it for right now in order to make energy conduits and energy cells. And the last thing we're going to need is a liquid transposer. And that is 1 final redstone energy reception coil, 1 final magma frame, machine frame, I can't talk, just glass in my last bucket. Alrighty. That. Glass, bucket, copper. Alrighty, So now let's go back upstairs and hook these all up, and we'll get started on making the actual parts we need. We'll put the induction smelter maybe here. What is this? The transposer. We'll put the transposer here on the end, and the magma thing right here. Yeah, perfect. That'll work. And then we'll just move this furnace around, or this engine around as we need it. So let's turn it this way first. So the first thing we need to make is 4 pulverized obsidian, or 8 pulverized obsidian. Oops, don't whack that. So we'll throw that in there, get a lever. There we go. And as soon as it starts charging up here, which will be just a little bit, it's got a little bit of a Minecraft Joule storage right there. It will take one of these obsidian, and you'll get a little graphic down here saying that it's starting to pulverize, and then it'll pop out here as pulverized obsidian. This Stirling engine only produces like 1 even Minecraft Joule right now. I think it gets up to 2 eventually. So it's a little slower than what we're going to be using in the long run, but it'll do for right now. So there we go, pulverized obsidian. So I'll just wait until this is done making all 8 of these, and then I'm just going to throw some gold and some silver in there. I'll probably throw about 10 of each in and pulverize those as well, and we'll get dusts, and I'll be back as soon as all 28 of those dusts are done. Alright, we're down to the last little bit of silver here. This pulverizer is really pretty neat. You can do other things with it besides making pulverized metals and doubling your ore output. You can, as I said, pulverize obsidian, which is used for a few things like hardened glass. You can pulverize cobblestone, and that'll turn into sand and potentially gravel. You've got a chance of getting gravel down in this yellow slot. And several other things. You can pulverize all kinds of stuff. Just wanted to show it off real quick there. Oh, sand. Cool. Now let's turn this thing around and start firing up this guy. This is the induction smelter, and we're going to use it to make hardened glass. So we'll take 4 of this, or 8 of that, and 4 of this, and we'll start making some hardened glass as soon as we get up to a certain amount of Minecraft Joules. There we go. And while we're at it, we've got pulverized gold and silver here, so we'll mix that together and get Electrum Blend. And we'll take that Electrum Blend and just put it in the furnace over here. Cool. And see, we get hardened glass out of that. And this will just become Electrum Ingots. Awesome. So we are on our way. As soon as this induction smelter is done, we'll pick up that engine and move it over here, and we'll start playing with these 2 devices. So I guess I will just let these run for a little bit and be back in a minute or 2 here. Back in a sec. Alright, while the last of this Electrum is mixing up here, I went ahead and moved my engine over, and we will start powering up this magma crucible with some redstone. I'm not entirely sure how much redstone I'm going to need, so let's just throw in some, and we'll see once this starts actually producing some power, which is getting close, and this starts absorbing some, we should see redstone flowing into this tank and then immediately getting sucked out into the transposer. So we should see that any second here. Come on. Don't make a liar out of me, please. There we go. It just burnt up that redstone, and you can see it processing through here, and it'll flow into this and then disappear. Poof, 25 it looked like, and then came over here. Yep, 25. So we're melting redstone right now. Pretty awesome. That's a totally new mechanic in thermal expansion. Well, new compared to like vanilla and such. Alright, our electrum is almost ready. As soon as it's done, we'll pull it out here and whip up some energy conduits, and that's what we're going to put in this liquid transposer to charge them up, basically. There we go. Alright. So we'll take... we'll do like half of these for right now, I think. I'm not sure quite how many we'll need, but... There we go. So we've got 16 conduits. And then those are going to have to go down here, I think. Here? Here. And we'll melt the rest of this redstone and then move that engine over, and these guys should start getting charged up. So once this half stack is melted, which looks like it's going to take a little while, I will be back again. There's no need in making you watch Magma Crucible melt redstone. That sounds pretty boring. But it is going. It's just going slowly. This Stirling engine is not very powerful, but it's getting the job done. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so that was taking forever. I ended up just throwing in some more redstone in here and just going and doing some mining instead. So I went back to the nether and picked up some more nether ores, which I apparently already put down on my chest. Oh, come on, let me down. There we go. Yeah, so I got a bunch more nether ores here. I think I even had a couple nether diamonds. Yep, 2 nether diamonds. Sweet. I didn't even realize that's what I'd picked up until I came back and was throwing them in the chest. But, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of liquid redstone over here now. So we will gather these up and move them over here to the next next piece of the puzzle here. There we go. Oh, and my coal. There we go. So now that should start infusing our conduits with some of this liquid redstone. There we go, just like that. So I'm going to let the rest of these go through. It doesn't look like they're going to take too long, which is good. Maybe we'll just let those go. The next thing I'm going to want to make up, though, is an actual energy cell, I think. Which should be something like this, I believe. I think it's something like this. Oh, I'm going to need a diamond. What? Oh. How did I get in this? That's weird. Did I just give myself a bunch? Yeah. Must have been doing something in my test world. Alright, something like that. I think I'm close. Alright. Energy cell, awesome. And then we'll infuse that in this transposer as well. As soon as these are done, and they're done. Cool. And it looks like I even have the exact amount I need. I think. I might need more megajoules, though. Yeah, it's gaining there. So as soon as this process starts, I'll be back because I'm not real sure how long this is going to take. So I'll be back in a moment. There we go. I think we hit 1600 of them, or 1600 Minecraft joules, and it started processing. And it looks like it's moving through this redstone fairly slowly. It's certainly a bigger process than these redstone energy conduits. What these conduits are basically an upgrade to Buildcraft conductance pipes. Kind of think of it as a T2 conductance pipe. And I'm just totally skipping over tier 1. Alrighty. And then this thing that I'm making right now will be a battery basically for Buildcraft, which is awesome because there were no batteries for Buildcraft before, so that's super cool. Alrighty, come on, almost done. And once this thing's filled up, then we'll turn it into an actual redstone energy frame, or energy cell. Oh, it only took 1,000, so I've still got plenty left in there. That's cool. I have to figure out what to do with all that extra redstone. Maybe make another one of these. And to make that redstone energy frame, let's see, it's something like, oh no wait, we're going to need a coil or something, I think. Yeah, redstone conductance coil. Electrum in the middle and 2 redstone. And 2 lead, okay. There we go, redstone energy cells. So what this thing does, as I said, is it'll actually store redstone, or Minecraft joules, which is Buildcraft energy and energy from like the Stirling engine, stuff like that. So it's pretty much super awesome. So I think we've got our basics out of the way now, all the battery and the conduits and stuff that we're going to want to use. So we're going to need to make the rest of our machines. I'm going to take this pulverizer down there with me, I think. This is the pulverizer, yeah. We'll just go ahead and break that. It's got a little bit of power in it, but that's alright. And let's see, what else are we going to take down there? Induction smelter? No, I don't think I'm going to want that. Magma crucible? Yeah, we'll probably want that. And that can stay up here though for right now. We'll take all these downstairs for the time being, which, as I showed before, I do kind of have laid out just a little bit, trying to figure out how I want things. I'm not 100% sure this is right, but it's close enough. But what else we're going to want is a powered furnace to go along with this pulverizer. So let's look that bad boy up. They're pretty easy. Redstone reception, a couple bricks, 1 piece of redstone, and a machine frame. So we can get the machine frame and the energy coil set up here real quick. If I had gold. Alright, there's 1 gold. I think I'm going to need another one though for that coil, but that's okay, we'll figure it out if I do. Here's our machine block. Oops. Yeah, I'll need 1 more. Let's grab 1 of you. Nice cow, way to go. Alright, so I'm just cooking up this nether ore, and it'll turn into regular ore here. And then I'll cook that back up and get myself the last gold piece that I need here. There we are. Hey, experience. Nice. Cool. Alright, and a couple brick blocks. I think I've got a couple of these left somewhere. If not, I'll just take them out of the wall for right now. Ah, there I did. I thought I did. Cool. One more time. Bricks, redstone, copper. Okay, cool. All set. Copper. Redstone, bricks, and machine frame. Okay, so I've got a pulverizer and a powered furnace. Let's see, I'm gonna also want a couple magmatic engines. And I think that's about it for right now. So let's look those bad boys up. Tin, I think, yeah. And redstone transmission coil, which is silver. That's nice, because I'm pretty much out of gold. And do I have any more redstone made up already? Probably going to have to make some of that too. Probably don't actually need 8 entirely, but that's okay. 2 might even do it if I was lucky, but I think I'll go with 3. Oh, that's enough. Cool. Silver. What was it? Tin gears. Oh. Wrapped around iron. That's weird. I thought they were wrapped around a stone gear, but let's see, I've got 2. I'm gonna need another iron as well. Jeez. Well, I was prepared for the beginning of this, but clearly I'm not quite prepared for the end of this. These last 2 pieces of iron here, and I've got plenty of tin. Okay. So let's make those tin gears first. Alrighty. And a couple pistons, and then 6 tin on top. Pistons. Stinking iron. And I'm probably going to run out of coal there, aren't I? Naturally. We'll grab a little wood for those pistons. Alright, pistons. piston and that. Coil, I'm going to need a second coil. Oh, I didn't make any coils yet, but that's with silver. Okey-doke, that should do it. There we go, two magmatic engines. Alright, so we'll put the magmatic engines like here and here. And we'll put the crucible in the middle. And then we'll tell the crucible to export stuff on both sides. And for the time being, I don't think we want any imports. That should do. And let's get our redstone circuit set up. So what we're going to do here is whack this so that energy is coming out of the engines. There we go. Okay, so what we've got is a magmatic crucible here, creating magma from what will be netherrack, and pouring the lava directly into both of these two magmatic engines, which are creating energy, and at the moment all they're doing is making more lava. It takes 8,000, I think, to create lava, and 18 out of it, something like that. But first off, we're going to need to get just a little bit of lava to get this process started. And I don't think I have any here, so I'll be right back. I'm just going to make a quick jaunt to the nether, make myself a couple buckets, and we'll get those started. So I will be... well, let's see. Can I make it out of tin without... nope, that's an IC2 recipe, I think. So yeah, I'll have to melt down a couple pieces of iron and get a bucket, and then I'll go get some lava, and I'll be right back. Alright, I got one bucket, which should be enough to get this started. It'll be a little slow, but that's alright. So we've got a bucket of lava in this magmatic engine, and it's going to start powering up, and it'll start powering up this crucible. As you can see, it's starting to add Minecraft jewels to it. And then we will grab from our digger's bag, since we should have a boatload of it, a stack of netherrack. We'll let that start charging up a bit. It's going to be a while, but that's okay. And then we'll just throw our stack of netherrack in there. And what it's going to do is once it builds up enough energy, it's going to start melting this netherrack down into a bucket of lava, which it'll pour into both of these two. As you can see, it's using little micro buckets, or I guess millibuckets, lowercase m, to produce energy. I think it's got to get up to like 8,000 or so, so I will cut the camera one more time and be back in just a sec. Hey look, it must have got hit some point because it's taken one of the netherrack and it turned it into lava, as you may have noticed right there, and then poured them out into both of these engines. Now both engines are running. You're back up just over a bucket, and you've probably got about a half a bucket. Now both of them are running, and this will fill up faster. And as you can see, it just took another netherrack and is starting to turn it into lava. And this process will continue, increasing the amount of lava I have over time. So excellent. And while I was waiting there, I just set down my pulverizer and powered furnace. And we will run some conduits here. Let's see. What you want for this little kind of redstone arrow sort of thing is you want it pointed into these devices because we're going to be powering them, not drawing power from them. If you look at the engines, we've got it orange and then the arrow is pointing away from the engine. That means it's drawing power from the engine, so that's perfect. And that's the same way. And then this, I think we will to dig that, and dig these out as well. And go something like this. There we go. And just a couple more steps and we'll have this foundation for the automatic ore generation complete. Both of these are, yeah, they're doing pretty well. Let's give this at least one more tick here before we place down this energy cell. This cell's kind of a hog, though actually it's customizable. We'll just go ahead and place it here. We'll place it. And right now energy is going into it. Yep. Let's reduce the maximum input down to 0 for the moment. So now energy should actually not be going into it. And then we will whack this because as you can see it's blue and that means it's trying to go into this energy cell and we actually want it to come out. Let's reduce this output to 0 as well for the moment. There we go. Now it's orange, which means it'll be draining into these engines. But it shouldn't actually do it because I reduced my output to 0. So we should still be just creating energy that is going into the magma crucible, creating more lava. Once these engines get filled up and the crucible gets a little extra energy, then I will turn on this energy core and we'll power it up as well. Or start powering it up and then fill these up. And then we'll do a quick test run with a piece of ore and see what happens. Another thing we can get set up here while we're waiting is the sides. So for the pulverizer, we're going to want the red output slot, which will be ingots, no, which will be dusts coming from ores, going to the right, which it is. And then I think we want the yellow one. Top is fine for right now, I guess. Input from the left side, eventually we will have an input over there, so that's okay. We don't need this input. And we probably don't need this output. So nothing should be coming out of the back right now. Actually, we'll just turn that one off too, and we'll figure out where we want the other output to go eventually. For this one, the only input we have right now anyway is from the left side. So we can turn all of these off. And we don't actually have an output here yet, but we will eventually, so I will just leave that there. And we may need to do some future customizations depending on what we end up rigging up here. I think I'm probably going to have some sort of input going into the top, so maybe we'll just set that up right now. Yeah, I think I will, and I think I'll probably have this output coming out of the back here, so we'll get that set up too. Back. Which one's back? This one? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so how's this doing? You're still sitting around 7,000, but these guys are pretty full, which is awesome. Yeah, but this ends up storing some lava in the tank here. It does. Very cool. So let's go ahead and turn this this energy cell on. We'll turn up the maximum input to, oh, I don't know. I don't really care. We'll just turn it all the way up. And we'll turn the output up to about 30. So what should happen is these should start filling up, which is perfect. And they'll fill up fairly slowly now. It started off pretty strong because everything from the energy cell was going into them and I had a little bit stored up. And this guy should still have some. Yep, okay. Excellent. It looks like our system is working here. Let's go grab an ore or two and see what happens. Let's see, I'm out of gold. Let's get some gold ore. We'll just get a couple to start with. I have 2 gold ore. We'll put them into my pulverizer. It's not quite working full speed yet, but that's alright. And it looks like it spit it directly out into here. Yep, it looks like it. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. Sweet. So we put in 2 gold ore and got 4 gold ingots. And it was created using Buildcraft power, which is awesome. So our system is working perfectly. So that is basically the beginnings of our ore generation. I think that's probably going to be the ending point of this episode. I will more than likely set up another one of each of these right over here and run the conduits over there to them as well between episodes. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode, watching me get started on my sorting system basically and ore generation. We'll come back next episode and do a little bit more stuff, probably more with red power now, get some piping and actual sorting machines set up. And then we'll start pumping up or piping things up to these chests. And yeah, hopefully you'll come back and join me for that one. In the meantime, have fun and keep mooing.